For my interview, I interviewed Chef Amanda Barnes. She's the executive sous over at the Purple Pig. She's been over at the Purple Pig as the executive sous for about a year. She's been a sous chef for about 3 years. She was the intern. She was the sous chef over at the Park Grill where I did my internship about 2.5 years ago. Um, and so uh, that's how I got to know her, and that's how I got my job over at the Purple Pig. I've been working there for about 3 months. Uh, then, funny story about how, um, you know, the interview and asking her to interview. I was working on a line, and in the slow part, I asked Chef, do you have a minute after service, because I need to talk to you. And then it picked up right away, so I wasn't even able to really finish my thought. And so she kind of thought that meant, oh, Mike's about to put his 2 weeks notice in after service. And so right after service, she grabs me up and throws me in the hall and is like, don't quit, like, you're doing a good job. Why do you want to quit? What's going on? Why are you putting your 2 weeks notice in? You've only been here for 3 months. Why are you doing this? And it's like, Chef, whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm not trying to quit. I just doing this project for school, and I just need a moment of your time. I'm not trying to like put my 2 weeks or do anything in that. And she's like, oh, all right then. It's kind of like it's like go clean something. It's like shit, like really. Um, but so eventually we got settled on a time at like 8 o'clock Sunday, for the interview, and we were talking for only about an hour because we both had to go upstairs and get ready for lunch. But the first question I asked when we were down there was, what what is the hardest part of being a chef, and what is the best part of being a chef? And she says the hardest part, just being the babysitter for everybody, because you have to babysit your cooks who come in and are looking for things and can't find them. And so you're just like, well, okay, the peeler's over there, or the Brussels sprouts are in the cooler to the top left. It's like, you're getting angry and agitated because you're dealing with all these small things that everybody should know, but they're just running around and they're not really solving anything or even looking for themselves, or somebody's cutting themselves, and you're sitting there trying to do the ordering, or you're sitting there trying to do, a special or something that, chef gave you, and you can't really do that because people are coming down and asking for you for these trivial things that they really should be able to do themselves. And so you have to, like hold their hand along the way. And that's something that's very frustrating. It's very hard, at least for her, because she has to, you know, not take time out, but like, because it is her job to do certain things like that. But it's like, really, you're taking 2 minutes away from me to go look for peeler for you. Like, go find your own peeler, or like just look in the cooler. You'll see the Brussels sprouts there, big box that says Brussels sprouts on them. It's like, did you even look before you come to me? And then she said the best part of being the chef is actually having the chef title in front of her name, and being able to have the combination of, all the work that she's put in, all the crap she had put up with, and the long hours to finally get the title makes it, worth all the hassles, all of the babysitting, all of everything, because you're finally there, or you're a sous chef, so you're not quite a chef, but you still have chef in your title. It's still chef. People know you as chef, and so it's the ability to be the boss and finally get the chance to do that. Then I asked what are some early mistakes you made, as being a chef early on, and she said that she fell into the trap because she likes seeing the growth of employees and she likes being able to handle all that. but she fell into the trap of liking liking them too much and befriending them too much, so that when they leave, it became more personal and it would hurt more. It wouldn't just be like, well, we gotta let this person go because it's not beneficial for the restaurant. It became, well, he's a friend. I'm letting a friend go, and that hurts. And or it's like I seen this kid, this kid grow to the point of where he's done everything on the line, and so he's leaving, and but he's one of your better cooks, and it's just like, well, there, there goes all that, and you got to start all over again with somebody new or somebody who doesn't even maybe want to even take the position of what he had, or even half the responsibilities he did that he may not even be getting paid for. But it's like, and she slowly learned that nothing is really personal, and she would start taking things personal or making things themselves personal. And so those were some mistakes she made, and I asked how that changed her management style, and she said that doing, like, learning that, she learned not to make things as personal or take things personally because it's not really personal. It's everybody is going to be doing what everybody wants to do, and you got to make sure that it's in line with what you need or what you want or what's expected. And when somebody leaves or somebody gets fired, it's not on her or it's not on the restaurant. It's either that individual's fault or it's just the restaurant is slow or they just don't fit. So there's nothing personal about anything. It's work. Your personal life is your personal life, and your work life is your work life. There's no combination of the two. And then I asked her, you know, like when you're hiring people, do you like to hire, do you do you like to wait to find people that are more knowledgeable, like people that went to culinary school or who have worked in other lines and who are leaving, or do you like to, hire the prep cook or the dishwasher or move them up, or move a dishwasher or prep cook up, or like, what is your favorite mode of training somebody to get onto the line? And she said that really depends on the position. Like if I'm hiring a fry cook, uh, you can move a prep guy up to a fry cook. Like that's not really anything too challenging or too difficult. It's, one of those logical steps, but if I'm out a saute cook, you know, it might be better to look outside of the restaurant for that, for somebody who has service, has, you know, other training in saute so that I can just immediately throw them on the line, show them how to do the dishes that are on my menu, and just show them how to do it real quick. And they're able to pick it up right away because, they've been trained in uh, in saute already at some place else, and so they can pick it up right away. It's just different dishes, and so she said it really depends on the positions and what's going on within the restaurant because there may be, you know, three people on grill, and soon the the person who's been on grill the longest may be actually kind of half trained because he's been watching and helping out on saute. And so that person may just be ready to go jump right over there and do it and rock it out. But so it really varies, is what she said when she hires those people. And she said, then I asked, is it hard to find people? And she goes, well, it depends what you're looking for. Like, you can find a dishwasher and a prep cook. Like, those will always come. You'll always have more than you need. I mean, she also said that, half of them will probably just end up washing out and leaving. But you'll have you'll be able to replace those with ease. It's the line cooks and the people that you want to be understanding of your food and knowledgeable of your food and understand, I do it this way, I do it that way, because if I do it another way, it's going to, turn out this, and that's not what we want. And, you know, those people are out there, and it may be harder to find them, but it's always worth looking for. And she also said when you're looking for those people, though, you always got to be, you may find somebody that's knowledgeable and knows, like back into the satay, example where this person came in from another restaurant. He may know what he's doing on satay, but he may be stuck in his ways because, he's been over there for so long. So even finding a knowledgeable person, you still have to make sure that they're able to change a little bit or accept the way you're showing them how to do something. And so on top of looking for knowledgeable people, you're also looking for the knowledgeable person that's willing to accept new ideas and new ways or different ways of doing things. I mean, and she also said, those people may be hard to find, but they're out there and they're worth looking for because in the long run, those are the people that you really want in your restaurant. And she also said, it also never hurts to motivate the staff of the people that work in the restaurant by showing them that, hey, look, this prep guy is on the line now. He's over on the fry, and then he might move down because you're showing them and he's learning and he's excited and doing things. And so, so there's always a benefit for doing both. Like hiring outside, yeah, you may find somebody there, but you may have an eager prep cook downstairs that really wants, to move up and be able to do things other than just basic prep. Uh, and then I asked, do you like doing hands-on with your prep cook, like with your training, or do you like to do the method of just kind of throwing them on the line and letting the line cooks really train their uh, their new trainees because they're going to be the ones on the line and they're going to be the ones that show them. And she said that she kind of does a little bit of both. Like the first day, she'll be, depending on what's, like if it's real busy, she won't be able to do it. But um, she likes to do both and be hands-on so that she can also make sure that the other line cooks aren't training the new line cook wrong and they're training them right. Um, but she likes having the line cooks train each other because that process of teaching somebody makes you have a better understanding of what it is you're doing. Because if you can answer the questions from somebody like, well, why do I do it this way? You as a line cook would know the answer to that, or if you don't, you'd think about it, and that thinking about it gives you even further more understanding of what it is the things you're doing. And so having the uh, line cooks train other line cooks slowly gives more knowledge to the whole line as a whole because they're training that new person and they have to understand their station better to be able to train that person. And I mean, she likes to keep it hands-on to make sure, one, that the line cook's actually doing right and training them right, and to make sure that the person isn't getting set up to fail. But she does like to see the line cooks taking charge and being able to do their their training because it honestly may be a little bit better for them because they're always on that station and so they may know a smaller trick that the sous chefs may not. And then I asked, uh, like going through like what is your management style and how has it developed and do you find it hard for, do you find it to be in conflict with the other chefs and managers at the restaurant? And she says for the most part, you know, being a chef and doing the things she's doing, it's in line with the other way the other people think and the other way the people want to do things. I mean, there's going to be always small issues with, well, if you do it this way, it's faster, or if you do it that way, it's slower. And she says, just communicate is the best way to get around those because all those things are going to be minor. They're not really going to be like, explosion of the restaurant or anything too drastic like that. So it's always something small, and communication is key to overcome those. And that is my interview of Chef Amanda Barnes at the Purple Pig. Thank you.